Hi, hello and welcome back to Bioenergetics. My name is Devaraj. A question I often get asked about Reiki and Characterology surrounds, how many character types does the average person have? Because, Reiki and Characterology came from Wilhelm Reich, and he originally categorized people into 4 categories, and then there was a 5th category added later on. And traditionally how it's been worked with by Lowen and by his members of his school, the International Institute for Bioenergetic Analysis, is that someone checks out, your body posture, how you move. They talk to you about your childhood and your relationship with your mum and dad and stuff like this. And they assign you one kind of primary character structure category and then a secondary one. So you might be assigned as rigid primary and secondary oral, something like this. Now, this was back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, but in truth, even though characterology is a little bit rare these days, and, if you ask me, it should be making a big comeback because it's so useful, even today, therapists working with this still tend to look at primary and secondary, but in my experience, everyone has all of these character types, or survival strategies, as they're sometimes more usefully known in today's world of psychology. So, it's like there will be a part of you that is an endurer, that just knuckles down and pushes your energy down and, grumbles and complains and doesn't really want to move forwards. There will be a part of you that is a schizoid dreamer, leaving pattern, where you learn to, evacuate your body into a world of kind of abstract thinking and this kind of thing. There will be a part of you that is oral, that just wants to merge with something out in the world because you did not get enough connection with your mama in the pre-egoic phase, the first year of your life. There'll be a part of you that is aggressive, that learn to channel energy up into the front, to push back against anything coming at you and to dominate situations. There will be a part of you that's a psychopath, as it was originally designated, somewhat pathologically, if you ask me. And there will be a part of you that's rigid, it's just rigid, it just wants to hold everything together and to robotically, do what is needed by society, again, as a learned reaction to your cultural upbringing. And you may find that different aspects of these survival strategies, these characters, come out at different phases of your life. They may come out when you face specific situations like a crisis. You might be usually very collapsing and, quite oral. And then there's a crisis and suddenly you're filled with energy and you find yourself totally aggressive. Totally in the psychopath inspirer, able to completely channel your energy and deal with the crisis. You may find, because when we consider psychology, socially, there are 3 main arenas in which we interact with other people. Love relationships, friendships, and work, or your role in society. And so you may well find that you are quite an endurer when you're working you're working for your company and you're always a bit grumbly about it and whatever. And, but you're actually quite oral in your relationship and always clinging on and wanting to please, or there's that aspect there. You may find, when in friendships, you're a little bit absenting yourself and finding it hard to really get close to the other person. You've got this leaving pattern going on, or whatever is happening with you. But the bottom line is that my experience is we have all of these survival strategies come online to us at different stages in our childhood, and so they're always there as an option. Now, there's a few caveats there, but they're basically there as an option. And so most people have access to all of them. Most people have access to all of them in different situations. The caveat that I was mentioning is that, it's not easy to become an aggressive personality type if you don't have enough ego strength. Aggression is a defense, but you need a certain level of ego strength to get there. So if you're strongly in the oral or the endurer character type, then you probably won't have the egoic strength to actually be aggressive. Okay, so hopefully this video has helped move things along. I don't think it's... Oh, one other thing I really want to mention, because it's very, very practical if you're interested in characterology and working on yourself by understanding the character types, the survival strategies, is that it's actually, there is a wisdom in looking at them one at a time, or saying which one is the strongest for me and which one is the secondary. In that, if you consider I've got all 5 of them, that can become easily an excuse from a level of your mind to not actually engage with any aspect of them within you. We can kind of splurge it all out somewhere, and then we don't get the benefit. When I was recently creating content for the Journey Around, which is a 52-week online course, and I had to go through each of these character types for about 4 weeks each, I found myself right back in there, into that part of me that was oral, that part of me that was endurer, that part of me that was aggressive, and so on. I was really aware of it, and this is a great process to go through, to really have like a week or a month going into each of these personality types, looking at how it affects your life, looking for correspondences in your love life, in your friendships, in your work, how you are psychologically, with your personality, and then maybe doing some exercises, so that you can start to move some of this stuff out. Okay, I think I've covered about all I wanted to cover. I hope this video has been useful for you. Do check out my book. Do check out my website and my online journey. If you really want to get deep into characterology and bioenergetics, then I think Bioenergetics, the Journey, the 52-week online course, it is a subscription or a paid-for course, but it really, really takes you deep, and people are having very deep transformational experiences on this course. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Feel free to like and subscribe and all of that stuff, and I'll speak to you again soon.